Real quick before we get started, have you ever wanted to run the iconic Rubicon Trail? Perhaps you have already run it, but I bet you haven't run it with legendary off-roader Fred Williams. Bestop is giving away the most incredible Rubicon experience package I have ever seen, and you need to go check out all the details, including how to enter, through the link in the description below and pinned comment.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Casey, and in today's video, we're going to be replacing the soft top on my 2008 Jeep Wrangler JK with this brand new top from Bestop. So we have here in this box, this is the Ascent from Bestop. Now this retails for $7.99 US. So in today's video, we're gonna take off this old top. This is not a Bestop, this is from a company that went out of business, and this top is basically falling apart after 7 years. I'll show you just some of the problems that we're having with it, but we're gonna take it off and we're gonna install this new Ascent soft top. Kind of go through the installation process, have a look at what it looks like when it's done. But this is supposed to take about 2 hours. This is also a fastback. So the big difference between a fastback and a squareback, well, a fastback has a slant to it and a squareback does not. It's more of a OEM style top. So this is a fastback. We're replacing with another fastback. This is their diamond material. So it's not the sort of more premium twill material, but honestly, for this Jeep that we're gonna be going out and rock crawling and in the bush and stuff like that, that's perfect, especially because it's affordable. So if you're interested in soft tops for your JK Wrangler, so this is like 2008 to 2018 was the mid-year model switch. This is gonna be something you wanna check out. So let's get this unboxed, see what comes in it, and then I gotta get the JK started because the battery's dead. And we got to get this out in the driveway because you want to lay these tops out in the sun. If you try to install these in the cold weather, it's going to be a lot more difficult because everything is going to tighten up and it's going to be hard to get that first stretch because they do make their tops pretty tight. You don't want them sagging or flopping, so they are pretty tight. We'll see what this Ascent is like, but I'm going to get out in the sun and warm it up. All right. For some reason I can't get the JK started with jumping it, so I'm gonna push the Jeep out into the driveway so we can get this roof installed out in the sun. We got this! We got this! I don't think the tires are straight though. There we go. One human power Jeep. Alright, first things first, now that we got this out here, let's unpack what's in the box to make sure we have everything we need. Now this Bestop kit is supposed to include everything if you don't have a soft top. Like we have with this soft top, we don't have any door surrounds or anything like that, so this should all be in the kit, so you can go directly from a hard top or any other soft top. But I'm gonna get this peeled off. We'll get that unboxed, make sure we have all the pieces we need, check it over the instructions before I peel this off. And this should have everything we need, so. All right, so we've got our main roof here, which we're gonna let warm up. We got two slant back side panels. Here's our other one under here, and then we've got our rear window, and these are all tinted, and they're already, I can already feel them getting soft sitting in the sun, so this is gonna really help our install. Now, unlike the JL tops, these do have zippers on them for the JKs. The JLs use a different system. If you want to see that, go check out video from a couple weeks ago where we put a new soft top on the newer Jeep. But looks like we got everything we need for panels. And then we've got door surrounds. So we've got two door surrounds in here, like this. We've got a couple, these look like bars that are gonna go across the top of the roof. Bag full of mounting hardware, which I'll count up all the bolts here in a second. A couple more surrounds, probably for the front windows, front doors. A couple supports. This is going to go on the rear panel to clip into the back, because we're probably going to put some clips here so that this can clip in and hold the back in place. And it looks like we got everything we need. So I'm going to strip off the old top that is completely chewed up and leaking, and dude, this roof is trashed. my goodness, it's like bubble gum. There we go. Pull that back with all your might. Yeah, this is the problem with this top. So this top is from, I can't remember the company, they're out of business, but this plastic piece would get stuck in this lip all the time, and basically I never wanted to take the soft top off because of that.
It's broken here.
Yeah, just rip. Just give it your, yeah, there you go. Just give it this top ain't ever going back on. This roof is a real goofy design, man. And then this comes off these bolts. So you guys are gonna get a good feel for the difference in how these soft tops go together. Old top stripped off, new top going on. Now, according to the instructions, this should take you about 2 hours. Skill level of 2, moderately easy, which, you know, you should be able to take this on and off if you want to switch from your hard top or no top, so it shouldn't be too hard of an installation. You're gonna need safety glasses, ratchet, an extension, Phillips drive, screwdriver, and we need a 25, 30, 40, and a 50 Torx bit. So if you don't have Torx bits, make sure you do. And we're gonna need an 8mm and 13mm socket. So we've already got the 13mm out, and we'll get an 8mm out of here. And we'll grab our extension while we're at it. Should be pretty easy. So the first thing we gotta do is put these door surrounds on here. So these just gonna clip on.
And then it screws in at the top.
And screws in at the top, okay. The surround is gonna get bolted across the top here, and I'm guessing one up front here once we line that up like that. All right, and we'll put the front piece on. It's gonna clamp over top of that hole in the sport bar. Dust everywhere.
Oh, look at it. Actually, it lines up with the seal down here.
Perfect.
Like
the drip
perfect,
seal?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then one bolt goes...
And we're pretty, yeah, grab a couple of bolts.
Bolt goes into the middle of it.
Does this stand up like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So it goes in between them or on top of it? Oh, on top, because there's a little...
Yeah, that goes in the middle.
There we go.
And then this one should go up here.
This is way easier to do with the top off. Okay, we've got the 3 bolts in for the door surrounds on the passenger side here, and we're just going to repeat this for the driver's side, get the surrounds on, and move on to the next step. Okay, the next thing is we got to pressure fit on these little clips that are going to hold the rear bar in place for the rear window. Real straightforward. They hook on, and then they line up with this little notch here. Clip them in place. Get factory rubber underneath there, sealing it. Like that. The next part here is where we actually have to do a little bit of cutting. So we've got our utility knife, and right under the sport cage there's a bolt on top of it. If you want to unzip the whole thing, you could probably see it, but the instructions tell us to just kind of cut this because we need to attach a couple brackets here. We're going to use the factory bolts. You'll be able to feel the bolts in here, and we're just going to cut a little relief. Under the material, there's a little notch that it notches onto, and then we can put this bolt back in. Next, we're going to install the first, what do they call this, bow?
It's a bow.
A bow. It's like a bow. And this is just going to go and mount to our window frames that we put on. So we've got a couple screw holes. There's this big plastic piece here, and then we'll line this up on the other side, and we'll put a couple screws through here with a couple nuts. All right, so we've got another cut to make over the B pillar. Feel the bolt towards the front of this triangle. We're gonna use this bolt to attach the next bow onto the roof. Doing a stellar job. Don't cut finger, don't cut finger, don't cut finger. That'll go there. It's gonna go under there. Just kind of hold that so it doesn't, because it wants to fall over. so before we put the main part of the soft top on, we have to attach a couple bows to it. And when you unpack this, you'll see there's some blue foam on the ends. We've got the 2 tubes here. We're gonna just bolt on these extensions. And this is gonna let us flip the top back because these have a pivot point on here. We will be able to flip the front forward and use this as like a sun strider style once we get this on, so that'll be cool. All right, once we have the what are those, the bows on, the Bose speakers, we need to put a little bit of foam tape weather seal on here, and it goes right where this plastic piece is, right next to it. And then we've got another piece here that's going to cover these screws, and it's going to line up to this notch. So just line that up like that, line that up, squish that down over the pole, and now we've got some seals on here. So now we need to put the main section of the roof on. We're going to fold it over the hood frame, and then we'll flip it back over. We can attach these rails here to these pivot points on each side, like that. Go around and get the other one. We'll just screw this in place with these spaced out screws. Okay, before we flip all this over and get the final bow connected and kind of finish off the roof, we've got to attach some fabric to the rear bow. The bow has a bunch of screw holes in the underside of it. Make sure you have the orientation right, the right way. And we have a center mark here that we're using to go to the first hole. And we're just gonna put these Phillips screws, these little guys, through the material into the corresponding screw hole right in the middle, like that. And we'll just go across here. We'll just flip this back over and bolt the bow on. We'll walk it back. Just like that. And we just need to zip this back, pull this back, and find this right here. Right there. Okay, so we probably need a 13 mil. We flipped the Sunstrider back so you can kind of get an idea how this is going to be to drive with it back. And then we just have to secure this flap here with the hole in it to that piece with this push pin. There we go. That'll hold that in place. Because we can drive around without any of the rear windows on, so this is going to keep the roof, I guess, from flapping around. We want to drive around in safari style. There we go, and then we can slip this down. And you need this back to give you enough slack in the roof.
Oh, and those little plastic clips just go on the
Oh, do we need to put the, we need to do something with these cables before we put this back too.
Yeah.
Do these hook on here?
Thanks. Maybe.
Okay, let's not do that. Oh, too late, that one's on.
No, you can do it.
So that's gonna give us our tension when we flip the top forward. Yeah, so I guess we could drive around like this if we wanted, but we're gonna put the rest of the windows on, and that's sort of like Sunstrider flip back mode. So let's put the other 3 windows on because we want all our windows on to finish this up. So we've got a couple plastic channels here underneath the roof and on our side panel. See, this is just, it's gonna slide in. That slides into that channel like that. It's like a J channel. Yeah, flip that up.
Yeah.
Slide that in over there like that. Up to there. This is gonna clip into the door like so.
Okay.
This is gonna clip underneath here into this channel underneath the window, like that.
Nice.
And hopefully our aluminum doesn't get in the way here. And if you have a corner armor that's being adjusted by a tree, you may need an extra tool for this install to adjust this back into place like that. Now we'll put the back piece on, which is going to have another channel under here to slide it into. Just flip this up to make life easier.
Oh, weird.
And then we've got to zipper this. There we go.
It's probably a little bit.
It just holds the corners from falling out. So we'll just snap these in place now to the
holds
rail holder, and that'll keep the sides from popping out. And then we just got to put the rail across the bottom, and then we can button it up. This is where having it nice and warm is a huge benefit. Velcro that like that, and clip this back under like that.
There we go.
It has a channel, slides across, and then that is gonna.
How far is it? Oh,
This has to line up with the connections. And then that curls it forward. Yeah, there you go. That's just gonna go into place like that.
That's pretty easy.
And then we can zip this down, cover the edge with the Velcro, and tuck these into place underneath to keep everything tight on the inside. This should close. Perfect. We can close our tailgate, which doesn't line up anymore. I can adjust that. Pull this forward. Now it's got tension on it with those springs. Pull yours down. There we go. The ring's just getting in place. Velcro's got some micro adjustments here to make. Get this in place there, so that's not hanging all over the place. Everything's going into the drip tray on the gutter. All right, we'll just hook these in place. There we go. That'll pull the roof down. Seems like it's sitting up high there though. That doesn't seem right.
There's little notches that it looks like it should be behind it.
That's definitely, yeah, we definitely need to adjust this. This shouldn't be sitting like that. Okay, so we weren't getting a good fit. It was sitting too far over on the window frame. These brackets here have a little bit of adjustment in them, so we're gonna loosen them off and pull the whole assembly back half an inch or so. There we go.
This side's still a little bit.
I had to give it a push and it kind of snapped into place around the trim.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it here though.
See if we can adjust it some more. Because this side will lock down. That side doesn't look like it's quite as good. Okay, let's see if we can knock that bracket back a little quarter of an inch or so. Like mine just got. Yeah. There we go. Now we can lock this in. There we go. A little adjustment there, so it's not sticking a half inch up above the thing like it needs a haircut. Almost wonder if this side could actually adjust forward a tiny bit.
Yeah, there's a bit of a space now.
So we've got a bit of a space on this side.
But
no, you don't have as much of a space as I do. So I might be able to move mine forward just a tad.
Forward.
All right, so a little walk around. We got some little adjustments to make as we go. It's stretching itself out. Make sure this is down in the channel so we don't get any water. There you go, guys. There is the Bestop Ascent soft top. Takes under 2 hours. If you have somebody else helping you and you're not filming video, you probably get it done in an hour, hour and a half. I like that we can flip the top back and have Sunstrider mode super easy. We don't have to peel apart any top. There's no seams across the top like the old soft top had that you saw us taking apart. So I really like that. There's nowhere for water to leak in. And then we can easily just take the back 3 windows or just the middle window out and ride around in just about a minute or two to have a full open Jeep. So this is their diamond material. It doesn't come in a twill like their more expensive premium tops do. This is definitely like a more basic entry level top, but you know, if you want something that's way more affordable at $799, you don't feel so bad about beating up on the trail or in the bush. And you know, if you beat it up too bad, it's not, you can buy like 3 of these for the price of one of the more premium tops that Bestop has. So I think it's a great fit for the JK market, and check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below. And guys, we're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. I could use your help. Appreciate it a ton. Hit that subscribe button. I do upload new install videos, reviews, and off-road adventures every single week. So don't miss any future videos. Let me know what you guys think of this top down in the comments, and I'll see you next week in the next video.